I think that I have this. I think I have this the right way. Okay, so today we're just going to talk about how I reset the whole house with 3 kids at home. I am in my bedroom. I have my little workstation behind me. So, I want to tell you about the moment that I stopped dreading the end of the day because for so long, dinner time was over and I would look at the kitchen and just feel this wave of exhaustion like completely wash over me. Like I was just cooked, okay? I just did the whole day and now I have to do all these dishes also. And I get it. We're all moms. That's what we do, right? And I would just have to power through it alone, feeling resentful, or I would leave it and wake up to it the next morning feeling completely defeated before the day even started. And I hate waking up to dishes. Like that is one of my big pet peeves. Like genuinely cannot function if I walk into a messy kitchen in the morning. So something had to change. And excuse me. What changed was making the reset a family thing instead of a me thing. You probably can hear my son rubbing his engine outside, but I want to walk through like exactly what I do, and I'll be honest about what works and what absolutely does not work. So, welcome back to my channel. I am Angel. I am a homeschool mom of 3, sharing real life. Hi. One income, living on one income and building from home in the small pockets of my day. So grab your coffee, whatever, and let's just kind of chat. If you watched last week's episode, you know that we had a really good day, a calm day, a day where the rhythm kicked in and things just flowed. And I want to be honest that that doesn't happen without a reset happening first. Hi bud, love you. A good day exists because we do the reset days. They are connected together. And I think reset days get a bad reputation. Like the word reset implies that something went wrong or that things fell apart, and it's just really something that's not true. But a reset is just maintenance. It is just the things that you do to keep your home feeling like a place that you actually want to be in. It's the everyday monotonous things. And when you have more than 3 kids at home all day, whether you're homeschooling or it is the summer or whatever your season of life looks like, things get messy very fast. That's just the reality of it. So today I kind of wanted to walk you through how I actually reset this house and my kitchen. I always do first because that's the thing that makes me feel better. And then I move on to the living areas and the bedrooms. And then we're going to talk about what the kids do because they need to help and whether or not they actually help, what that really looks like versus what I wish it looked like. So yeah. So if you have your coffee in hand, let's just get into it. Let's start with the honest truth about resetting. Resetting your house with kids at home, and it's almost comical, right? Sometimes because you're essentially cleaning up after people who are still in the house, still making messes and more messes while you clean. It is like trying to bail out a boat while someone else is still drilling holes into it. You finish the kitchen and you walk into the living room, and then when you come back, there is already something like on the floor, or there's already dishes in the sink and there wasn't 10 minutes ago. And I used to let that make me absolutely crazy, like spiral. I used to start a reset and feel like this low level frustration the entire time, because no matter how much I did it, it never felt like enough. The kids were always one step behind me, like undoing whatever I just did. And I would end the day like totally exhausted, and the house would look maybe 30% better than when I started. And I would feel like I failed that day. And I think a lot of moms actually feel that way also. Like, we have this picture in our head of what a reset is supposed to look like. Everything clean all at the same time, like every room done, everything put away, and the kids are either helping like cheerfully, or they are magically not making any mess while you work. And that just is not real. It's not the reality. That is not how this goes. So here is what actually changed. And it was not a cleaning system I found on Pinterest. It was one decision. The reset became everyone's job, not just mine. And after dinner in our house, everyone has a zone. Oh, I'm turning. Hold on. Has a zone. And each kid has a specific area that they're responsible for. One wipes down the table, one picks up the trash. See, I am still doing it. One of them picks up the trash and the dishes, the kitchen, one sweeps, and we do a quick mop. It's not a deep cleaning, it's just the maintenance. And it takes us maybe 15 to 20 minutes when everyone actually does their part, which I'll be honest is not every single night. Some nights I am asking 3 times for someone to do their job. Some nights someone disappears into the bathroom for a suspiciously long time, right when it's time to clean up, and you know who you are. And then my husband and I usually tackle the kitchen together. And this is actually one of my favorite times or favorite parts of the day, because it is weirdly like therapeutic. Sometimes we talk, one is putting away the leftovers, one of us is doing the dishes, and we kind of trade off, and we're doing like this dance around each other and wiping down the counters and the appliances. And in less than an hour, the whole main floor is like reset. It's not perfect. It's just back to a normal, and I get to wake up the next morning to a clean kitchen. And that alone changes like my entire morning. And I want to mention this because I think it's really relatable and real. My father-in-law lives with us, and sometimes navigating that, like navigating having another adult in the house with their own rhythms and their own way of doing things, kind of adds a layer of complexity to it. Like, it adds a whole layer to that, like, whole reset system. And I didn't like anticipate that. It's just the dynamic that requires grace on everyone's part. And some days there is plenty of grace, and some days there is not. And if you have ever lived in a multi-generational household, you know exactly what I mean. And you are probably nodding your head right now, because what I have learned is that you cannot make everyone operate on your own system. You cannot, or actually, you can only control like your zone and your family's zone. And I've learned to let go of the expectation that everyone in the house is going to reset the same way that I do or that I have taught my family to do. And that's kind of like gotten my own peace. Like, so yeah. So this is how it actually works in our house. It's real, it's practical, it's imperfect. The kitchen always goes first, always, because for me, the kitchen is the heart of the home. And if the kitchen is clean, my whole house feels more manageable, even if nothing else is done. So that is always like my starting point, and that's why I expect me and my husband to kind of take over the kitchen so that I know that the counters are wiped, the dishes are done, the appliances are cleared, like everything is wiped down. And so it feels better that I know that me and my husband have done this part, and it's those small things that like have become something that I look forward to at the end of the day. Like I said, it ends up being like this dance that we do. We just talk, we decompress, and the kitchen gets done at the same time. And for me, that's a win. And then there's like the living areas, and this is where the kids come in with their zones. And I used to have like they would do like their own task and stuff. I don't ask them to deep clean or anything. I'm not setting them up to fail, but I do want them to have a specific thing and a specific task, not just like, oh, go do this. It's not vague. Like, you're going to wipe down the tables. You're going to sweep this area. You're going to mop. And that helps them like manage it, and I'm not having to go back and tell them to redo it. And because I've stopped making their participation a measure of whether the reset was successful, they enjoy it more. The bedrooms, this one honestly is last. This is the most flexible. Some days they get a full reset from us. Some days I close the door and literally just do not look at it. And I've genuinely made peace with that. And I want to like be real about that, because our house is a little bit of a fixer-upper when we bought it. And we knew that going into it, and we knew that it needed work. And we're slowly working through it. My son's leaving again. Just got here. He's leaving. Anyways, what was I saying? So yeah, the house, it doesn't look perfect. Sometimes I just want to throw things in the closet. There's projects, there's progress, there's things that need to be done, there's things that need to be fixed. And that's just the reality of like where I'm at right now. And I've had to make like peace with that, I guess. And that's like the difference between clean and finished, because clean I can control, and finished takes money and patience. And like, that's one of the reasons why I'm growing this channel, is so that we have the money and the patience to do that. And my house is just, I know it's going to be a work in progress, and it's exactly what it is. And just to go a little bit deeper than cleaning today, because I think a lot of us are living in houses or even situations or seasons that do not look the way that we planned. Or maybe you bought a house thinking you had 2 incomes and now you have 1. We did this. We went into this house with 2 incomes, and now I'm building this income, and we had expectations. And I like lately I've been looking around at my life, and if you're looking at your life and wondering, like, have you made the right call? Like, this house is a reflection of all of that. Like, if I could get everything together and everything done, it would be so much manageable. And I Like, I believe that and I feel that. And I want to tell you, if you are in that season and just that little reset, that small, like putting things back to the rights, or it's not about the house. It is about giving yourself one thing that you can control when a lot of things feel out of your control. It's about waking up to something that says, you handled it, you showed up, you did it, girl, you got this, you kept going. And I also want to say this because the systems we have, the zones, the kitchen, at the end of the day, doing it together, it did not happen like overnight. By all means, it took time to build this. It took consistency and repetition. I have been making my children help like since they were little, and like there's a lot of times that they don't want to do it, and me and my husband don't want to do it, and my husband shows up every single night. Like after a long day of work, he comes home and he is completely present with us. He helps, he does the dishes, he does the projects. He does more than most people will ever see or know about. And building a reset system only works when the people in your home are actually in it with you. I'm really lucky that mine is. That matters more than the dishes. It matters more than the floors. The act of resetting is you telling yourself every single day that this home and this family are worth taking care of. And they are, like, and so are you. But so real quick before I let you go, I'm just going to finish this off. If you are someone who is just trying to reset your house, but also trying to reset your finances, I just finished building something that I think is really going to help. It is called the One Income Family Budget Starter Kit. It is $27. It's in the description below, and it is basically everything that I wish I had when we were first figuring out how to make one income actually work for us and work for our family. So if that is something that interests you or you want to grab it, the link is in the description below. But that's everything that I have for you today. I hope this felt real, and I hope it gave you at least one thing that you can actually use. And if your kids did not help you tonight, or they helped for exactly 45 seconds, and then disappeared to the bathroom, I see you. You are not alone. The house still gets done. It always does. We just figure it out. But anyways, I will be back next week with a video about things that I stopped spending money on. But actually, it might not be that video. There's a couple ideas I have running through my head. So we will hold on to that. But make sure that you are subscribed so that you don't miss out on that one or the next few videos. Until then, go reset one room, just one. That's enough for today. I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.